All right, gamers, sometimes when I'm live, we have some conversations, and everything you're about to listen to is always not the best take. There's some hot takes, there's some bad takes, and sometimes we're cooking. We like to just be passionate about this game and say our likes and dislikes of certain content and wish things would change. I have faith, though. I feel like in the next 6 to 8 months, I think the devs are finally gonna realize that they need to stop making everything too easy, making all these events, give all new players free stuff, and kind of bring back a challenge to the game a little bit so people got stuff to work with. Yes, I know you guys all want jiggle physics. Yes, I know you want to just watch the tiggle bitties bounce up and down, but I want harder content. So enjoy these rants, leave those comments down below what you guys thought, and I'll see you guys in the next discussion. Yeah, I don't really play squad. Like, I would love to play squad play. I would love to like just play with more people, but I did this whole squad play when the shit came out, and they just make the game like the one thing that pisses me off about this game, they make it so fucking casual. I said in their Discord server when they did the Q&A, I said a new boss shouldn't come out and die in 10 seconds. That's just a terrible way to plan your end game. I mean, it really is bad. Like, these bosses should not go down as easy as they do. I don't know why the devs like that. The community just is on their end game. Like, we need some challenge here. Like, yeah, these are tough. These are tough for people, but if you honestly just put on a certain build, like there's always like one build that you can put on every character that you like enjoy playing, and you can beat the shit out of anything, you know. But when you're playing certain builds, you know, you're gonna play risky. You're gonna play glass cannon because you're trying to put out the most damage you can. Like, that's the way I look at it as. I'm like, I just want to put out the most damage I possibly can so everything dies before it can kill me. But sometimes it always doesn't work out the way you want it to. Sometimes you die for it. But if I mean, by the summertime, if they don't make everything hard, they are. I don't even know what Warframe is, Goss. I do know that game's 10 years old though. So if a game comes out from 10 years ago and that's anything similar, maybe it could be compared as a knockoff. This game doesn't get fair treatment because you compare a 10-year-old game with 10 years of updates versus 8 months. I feel like that's not fair. Well, I mean, gifting stuff and trading to others is not always a good thing, and that took 3 years to get trading into Warframe. Warframe didn't have trading for the first 3 years, and that's why they're holding off on trading in this game, because they don't want people to have everything all at once. Everything's already a handout now. I hate using that word, but it's really a fucking handout. New players get spoiled in this game and they get everything for free. They don't have to grind at all. Like, bro, I grinded my fucking nutsack off to have everything in this fucking game, and now everybody's just getting free shit. Participation medals are a thing now, you know. Warframe had an endgame raid, they removed it. Why? No game's gonna put a raid in their game that can compare to Destiny. You know, Destiny's got that shit on lock. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, this game has about a year, you know, about 6 to 8 months left, you know, because by the summertime they need to tell us where they want to take the direction of their game. They need to tell us what's coming, you know. Season 3, I think season 3 of this game, you know, in March or April, I think, you know, we'll do all right. We already know what's coming, but we need to see what's coming after that, because right now the devs of this game, they just think, oh, like, everybody just wants to collect stuff and everybody wants to try out different stuff and they want to play stuff and they want to grind the same boss 50 million times to unlock keys and all this other stuff. They're saying that because people are doing it, you know. There's going to be a moment in time where the devs have to make a decision. They make really good endgame content to save the game, or we watch it go bye-bye. And that time should probably be around August. Until that time comes, I'm going to ride this motherfucker out and play it in Destiny. And I got Monster Hunter coming up. I got a whole bunch of shit, but I'm going to ride it till the doors fall off. I can tell you right now, if they don't make something to grind for in this game, I don't know where it's going to be. But they're going to keep doing these fucking sign-in events, and they're going to keep giving free shit away. New players get everything in the game, and then they just go, this game's easy, I'm gonna put it down. I got a message last night about that. Clyde, hey man, just crafted my Enduring Legacy. That was pretty easy. I just used my free tokens that I got from the sign-in bonus. I said, you hear what you just said? You got something for free, so the gun was easy. Oh, go grind out 5 Enduring Legacies right now. You won't say that. That's how people feel. Bungie just made an article yesterday. They're going the same route. They're making trials. Pretty much everybody's gonna get to go to the Lighthouse now and Destiny 2. And you're gonna be able to get adept loot and get all the armor. They're just trying to do that to get the casual players in the playlist, so they need to do that. Everything else shouldn't be, you know, easy, but it is. GMs and pretty much everything in the game just gets absolutely fucking dumpstered now. Gotta have some challenge. That's why I like playing fucking From Software games, you know. They don't nerf nothing. Although there was that one bug with Radon. We knew that he had a bugged attack. You couldn't dodge that attack, but I get it. business is business. If you guys want to laugh, just wait until, you know, when next time the devs do a Q&A or they do a live stream, just open up their stream of what they're talking about. People in there are worried about fucking jiggle physics instead of getting like actual content in the game. People want like shaders and they want to paint their characters and they want all this dumb shit, you know? Like, dude, we want content, you know? I like the system. I like the core system. I like everything in the game, how it is. Like, I'm really, really happy with like everything where it is right now. It's just that we need more. And look, as soon as we saw the system come out, we're like, hey man, chat, they really, really, really need to do something so we can burn our tokies, you know? The cores, the weapon cores. I'm like, chat, this weapon core system, you need to be able to do something with your old tokens. And the devs just fucking talked about it in a thing. Let's see what they come up with. I mean, to be honest, it's make or break for them, you know? It's not even about the story expansion. If they think they're gonna add more story, like more maps, and they're gonna, let's just say they put a map here where my mouse is. If they think they're gonna add another fucking space and we're gonna do fucking Destiny patrols on that one too, like all these other dog shit missions, you might as well just take that idea and shove it in the fucking trash can. Because that shit's ass. That's not missions. That's literally just running around zapping things for 10 seconds and being like, mission complete. Nah, dog. Like, you can't. Getting through the campaign of this game, the 20 hours, was absolute fucking dog. Like, I was falling asleep. There's no more. There should be no more of that. This stuff, really good. We said when it launched, hey, this is a problem. You're having matchmaking issues where you can't play with people. They fixed that. Now they made it to where if you do like you start at 17, you can go all the way to 20 without restarting. They did that. They fixed that. That's really good. So like they did a lot of quality of life stuff. In the update today, they also talked about these materials, the weapon cores, like the old ones you don't want, you can trade up. Really good. I like these void erosions. I think levels 21 through 30 will be cool. But again, there just needs to be a little bit more. Needs to be a little bit more in there. First of all, I don't know why the core materials don't drop in these. I feel like you're farming this. Why not get the Vulgus materials? Vulgus materials only drop from dungeons now and the boss. Another thing is bosses like this shouldn't pop up and they just get absolutely fucking murdered in the first day. They just shouldn't. That's why there needs to be a third difficulty. If there was a third difficulty, if you could launch that boss, Defiler, remember, everybody in here you guys can go do hard mode. You can go do as the game sits right now. You don't have to do any higher difficulty. You could just go fuck this guy up, kill him in 30 seconds with your Innis or Valby or whatever build you want to use, and that's fine. But there's a fuck you mode. That fuck you difficulty is here. If you beat the boss on the harder difficulty, you get double the tickets. You get some cool cosmetics. There's a reason to play it. The content of this game's here and the power creeps up here. We're just way too strong. Other players don't see that because it just takes some time. Once you put in some time and you level up your shit and you get a reactor and you get a decent external component set and your weapons juice the fuck up and you got crazy mods on it and you got really good rolls on it from rolling your 4 substats, you start seeing that the game just gets absolutely destroyed. The thing is people are trying to cut corners. They're trying to just put on components. They're trying to put on a reactor. They're trying to screenshot this, but they don't know why all of this stuff's on. They don't understand why you're running these mods. Every time when you make a build, when you start leveling up a character, you're putting on 1 player card at a time. So you're starting to see like what each card does and you understand the build. Especially with this character, you know, she's kind of rough. You gotta like understand like why you're spamming the 1, why you're throwing your snare, to when do you use the 2, you know? I barely use the 2. Like I try and use it like the 2 and the 3 now, like in my like rotations, but a lot of people just sit there and just 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. I'm dead. This game sucks. But I see it all the time. This Lepic reactor right here, this thing took me 3 days to get. People don't want to do that. People don't want to grind for that. They're just like, I'll just use something that's decent. And then people get mad because they ask, what's the #1 question? Clyde, who's the fucking Alpha Chad Omega 9000 bosser? I'm going to sign on to this game and I need to be able to just kill these bosses. What's your answer, chat? I'm looking at both chats right now. I'm looking at YouTube chat and I'm looking at Twitch chat. What is your answer to tell that viewer? You got one choice. Tell them which bosser, which character to be the bosser. All right, chat's smart. Haley, exactly. We pick Haley. And the reason why is if someone signs onto the game and they put their work in and they only have to go get 1 piercing light or get the perforator and they have to put some mods on to help them out. They can take the Haley with no reactor, by the way. You don't need a single Haley reactor. You can run a dog shit reactor and you can kill this boss. You can kill all 4 of these. You can kill this one. 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 You can even kill Gluttony. You're gonna struggle on Deathstalker, but that's okay. You just switch to a shield mod. You run like outstanding investment to put a shield on, but like by the time you grind all these bosses in the game, like you get to that point where you're killing all these bosses with pubs or solo groups, you're gonna have more knowledge of the game. So when you make it to Deathstalker, you're gonna know how to counter Deathstalker. The problem is that people aren't doing that. Like you don't need some dude. When Haley first launched, I was running this reactor on Haley. I swear to God, I had on a Lepic reactor because I didn't have a reactor for her, and I still don't have a really good one. My reactor for her is like kind of dog shit. I need a better one, but I never had to go back and get one because the game never, told me to. I never had to because I was just beating the shit out of the game. It's what I always say. When you go grind out a weapon, right? When you go grind out a Secret Garden nanotube and one piece takes you 6 hours, that's part of your journey of playing the game. But if you just sign in and get 4 nanotubes for free, and then you craft your Secret Garden in 2 days, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. You're kind of skipping like all these major grinds in the game, and people don't understand like that was some of the fun shit, I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy like the brain dead grind, but that's just me. You're not gonna get stuff. When I'm bored and I'm just chilling here and like everything's done at my desk, you know what I do? I take Haley I go kill Pyro 10 times. I'm still trying to get a double gold piece up here. I don't have a double gold piece. I've killed Pyro more times than I can imagine. I would say 300, 400, 500 times, maybe even more. I got this, but it was low MP, 151. It could be like 158 or 159, but I've never got HP and MP recovery out of combat. Never. And that's kind of where the builds are coming to. It could be the littlest thing like this. People don't know when you're farming reactors to put equipment drop rate increase modifier on so you get more reactors to drop. Then they blame the game that the reactor farming sucks. That's not cool. A lot of people, when they play this game, they give a reason to not like it because they're not knowledgeable, and that's okay. Not everybody knows everything about the games they play, but just make sure you do the research. Like me, I always do the research. It doesn't matter what game I'm playing. When I first started playing Path of Exile, when I wasn't streaming, I was literally watching YouTube videos. I'm like, I need to learn how to play this game. I need to understand it. I played that game for a week straight and had no fucking clue what to do still because that game's so complex, But at least I studied stuff and I asked stuff. Again, I'm not just picking on this game. I love this game and I love the community and I love everybody that tunes into and watches the content, but I was one of those 3. It was me, Moxie, and the other Korean creator. We all had one-on-one interviews with these devs, and I sat there and I asked them a ton of questions. That video's on YouTube, but there was some stuff that wasn't on that video, and I was just like, hey man, when are you guys gonna realize that people want to grind your game and they want challenging content because they want to fail, they want to get their ass kicked? What happens when the community fails? Like, people will play together more. People will ask for help. So you don't see that a lot. We had like one person today ask for help in chat for a boss kill. It should be to the point where people are like, yo, is anyone on? This new fucking boss is crazy. I need to go kill him. Like, that's good shit. Like, you need that kind of stuff for the game. It's healthy. But remember, they don't have to go do the fuck you position. They could do the hard mode right here. You could load up the hard mode and you can go kill him in 30 seconds. But what if you could load up Pyro right now and fight him on fuck you mode? And if you kill him, maybe there's a 30% chance you get a double gold sensor. Maybe there's a 30% chance you get a double gold slayer. All you bitches be in there. Like, yeah, give me my shit. Hey, and guess what? When you beat that fuck you version of him, you can hand in 2 or 3 amorphous materials at the same time, not just one. It's right there. The good ideas are right there. They just need to execute. So that's why I tell people, like, don't write the game off. Keep up with the game right now. Play when there's updates. Have fun. This is probably one of the funnest updates that I've played because when you sign back on, like, VS is fucking nuts, by the way. Valby is nuts right now. So when you play on their updated builds, you're having so much fun because they're just doing all this crazy shit. Then you're fighting new bosses. You're doing the void erosions. You're putting your weapon cores on. You got tons of shit to do. But guess what? You might get bored, but that's okay. But you got enough money's worth in it. You got enough time into it and you had your fun. August or September, I'm worried. If this game doesn't get their shit together by August or September, I think it's just gonna